The NBA landscape is shifting fast, and we are breaking down every major headline you need to know right now. First up, we have to talk about the massive impact Jonathan Kuminga is making in Atlanta. After years of questions regarding his role with the Golden State Warriors, teammate CJ McCollum is publicly praising his championship DNA and defensive versatility, proving that a change of scenery was exactly what Kuminga needed to finally thrive.
Looking for a fast-charging, ultra-responsive stylus for your iPad? Meet the 2X Fast Charge Active Stylus Pen, designed for 2018 to 2025 Apple iPads. Take your creativity and productivity to the next level. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Next, we are looking at the cautionary tale emerging from the Brooklyn Nets that the Golden State Warriors simply cannot ignore. While trade rumors continue to swirl, the underwhelming performances of former Brooklyn standouts like Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson serve as a stark warning to any team considering buying high on star forwards like Michael Porter Jr. As league history suggests, these inflated stats rarely translate to championship success. The coaching carousel in the Bay Area is heating up as rumors swirl regarding the future of Steve Kerr. We are diving into why Miami Heat associate head coach Quinn is suddenly becoming the hottest name to potentially lead the Golden State Warriors, thanks to a glowing endorsement from one of the greatest coaches in league history, Erik Spoelstra. Finally, we have some vintage trash talk from the one and only Draymond Green. The Warriors star did not hold back when calling out his rival Tari Eason for his costly mistakes during the Houston Rockets' recent playoff collapse against the Los Angeles Lakers. It is a heated situation you do not want to miss, so if you are ready for more insider analysis and the latest league updates, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell for notifications. Ever wonder what happens when a player is finally unshackled from a system that just doesn't fit? Jonathan Kuminga is currently proving that his time with the Golden State Warriors was less about a lack of talent and more about a major mismatch. For 5 years in the Bay, the narrative around Kuminga was constantly polarized. Was he not buying in, or was he being held back by Steve Kerr? Well, CJ McCollum just stepped up to the mic and effectively said the quiet part out loud. Now teammates on the Atlanta Hawks, McCollum isn't just watching from the sidelines, he's witnessing a revelation. During Atlanta's intense postseason run, Kuminga hasn't just been a passenger, he's been a closer. In those nail-biting Game 3 and Game 4 wins, both decided by a single point, Kuminga played every single second of the fourth quarter. That level of trust from a coaching staff. It's something he rarely saw in Golden State, where he often found himself buried on the bench or sitting out with healthy scratches. McCollum's take on Kuminga is blunt and refreshing. He pointed to Kuminga's championship DNA, his off-the-charts athleticism, and his ability to guard positions 1 through 5. McCollum's conclusion: he was simply in a not-so-great situation, and now he's finally found a home where he can thrive. It's hard to argue with that when you look at the stat sheet. We're talking about a 23-year-old who is putting up massive, high-stakes performances, including a game-winning steal that effectively put the Hawks in the driver's seat of their series. It makes you realize how much the right environment dictates a player's trajectory. Instead of highlighting his weaknesses, Atlanta is putting him in positions to maximize his strengths, and he is repaying that faith in spades. If this is what we get in just half a season, imagine where his ceiling is in a year or two. Do you think Golden State blew it by not committing to his development, or was the chemistry just never there? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more deep dives into the changing landscape of the NBA. Sometimes, all a star needs to shine is a little bit of breathing room. Ever wonder why some players look like absolute superstars in Brooklyn, only to vanish once they land on a contender? The Golden State Warriors are currently looking at trade rumors surrounding Michael Porter Jr., but if they are paying attention, they should be seeing a massive red flag. The reality is that the Nets effect is real, and the Warriors need to be incredibly careful before they mortgage their future on a player whose stats might be more of a product of his environment than his actual skill set. Let's look at the evidence. Look at Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson. Both players put up career-best numbers in Brooklyn, looking like the missing pieces to a championship puzzle. But once they stepped into higher-stakes roles on better teams, the drop-off has been, frankly, startling. Bridges, who cost the Knicks an absolute fortune in draft capital, has been practically invisible in his playoff series, even going scoreless in a pivotal game. It's the ultimate cautionary tale of buying high on a player who thrived in a vacuum. Then you have Cam Johnson, who struggled to translate his Brooklyn production to the Nuggets' rotation. The Warriors actually had the foresight to walk away from similar deals, opting for Jimmy Butler instead, and that decision is looking smarter by the day. It isn't necessarily that these guys aren't talented, but they aren't the primary options that their inflated Brooklyn box scores suggest. If the Warriors are tempted by Michael Porter Jr. this summer, they have to ask themselves, are they trading for a game changer, or are they just falling for a mirage? Don't get fooled by the highlight reels. Strategy matters more than hype. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more deep dives into the NBA trade landscape, and let me know in the comments. Do you think the Warriors should stay the course, or is the risk worth the reward? Until next time, remember that in the NBA, sometimes the best move is the one you don't make. Could the next mastermind behind the Golden State Warriors dynasty be a familiar face, not from their own bench, but from the culture-obsessed Miami Heat? It's no secret that the Warriors are looking for a fresh spark, and with rumors swirling about Steve Kerr's future, the coaching rumor mill is officially in overdrive. Today, we're looking at why Miami Heat associate head coach Chris Quinn is suddenly the hottest name being tossed around for one of the most high-pressure jobs in basketball. Now, Miami hasn't been a powerhouse by accident. Since Eric Spoelstra took the reins in 2008, they've been the gold standard for consistency, stacking up 2 rings and 3 additional Eastern Conference titles. But while Spoelstra gets the headlines, the real secret sauce has been Chris Quinn. He's been in the building since 2014, quietly climbing the ranks to become Spo's right-hand man. And when a guy like Spoelstra, who is easily one of the greatest coaching minds in NBA history, goes on record saying he knew Quinn was coaching material back when he was still his player, you listen. Bleacher Report recently pointed out that if Golden State wants a new direction, they might need to look outside their own locker room. While guys like Terry Stotts or Jerry Stackhouse have their merits, Quinn brings something different. The legendary Heat culture pedigree. We're talking about a guy so sharp that Spoelstra credits him for game-winning inbound plays and relies on him as an instrumental piece of their daily operations. He's already proven he's ready for the big seat, having been a finalist for the Phoenix Suns gig just last summer. Think about it. Golden State has been hovering in that frustrating zone of mediocrity lately, and sometimes a change in philosophy is exactly what a championship-level organization needs to jumpstart a rebuild. Could Quinn be the guy to bring Miami's relentless discipline to the Bay Area? Only time will tell. What do you think? Is Chris Quinn the right man to lead the Warriors into a new era, or should Golden State stick to their internal roots? Let me know your take in the comments below. And if you want to stay in the loop with all the latest hoops drama, make sure to join our roundtable community. Download the app, hit that subscribe button, and join the conversation. After all, in the NBA, today's rumor is often tomorrow's headline. In the cutthroat world of the NBA, if you talk the talk, you better be ready to walk the walk, and Draymond Green just reminded Tari Eason of that the hard way. Following a brutal Game 3 collapse that pushed the Houston Rockets into a 0-3 hole against the Lakers, Draymond didn't wait for his podcast to drop. He headed straight to Threads to call out Eason for what he labeled unnecessary switches and a costly foul down the stretch. It is vintage Draymond, right? He has a memory like an elephant and a trigger finger that is always ready for a little trash talk. But this isn't just about one bad defensive sequence. This stems from a rivalry that has been brewing for 2 seasons, ever since Eason tried to troll the Warriors on social media while sitting on the sidelines. Klay Thompson and Draymond didn't take kindly to that then, and they certainly haven't forgotten it now. Eason has made it no secret he dislikes the Warriors, but Draymond clearly thinks that if you are going to carry that attitude, you need the rings or at least the playoff wins to back it up. Now, look, to be fair to Eason, the Rockets' meltdown wasn't entirely on him. Jabari Smith and Reed Shepherd coughed up turnovers that practically handed the Lakers the game, and Alperen Sengun took a shot selection that would make any coach wince. Yet, Draymond singled out Eason. Why? Because in the NBA, you get what you give. Eason made himself a target with his vocal antics, and when the pressure of the playoffs arrived, he became the primary focus of one of the league's biggest agitators. With the Rockets staring down an impossible 0-3 comeback, things are looking grim. What do you think? Is Draymond being petty, or is he just holding young players accountable for the noise they create? Sound off in the comments below, and don't forget to hit subscribe for more unfiltered NBA breakdowns. After all, the best trash talk is only as good as the scoreboard, and tonight, the scoreboard tells a very painful story.